Hello everyone and welcome finally to this fourth episode of From the Beginning. Today's topic is gonna be one of probably the most interesting topics, considering we are playing Quake Champions, and we're gonna talk about champions. So one thing I want to show you first before jumping into any server is that when you are on the menu of the game, right? If you go down there and you have all the champions, you can see that there is this little screen on the left. I think this is really helpful for people to understand how champion works, even outside of the gaming, of the arena, like when you jump into a server. For example, if you go over nicks, okay, you have all the explanation for the passive abilities, the difficulty of the champion, the base max stack, the rating, the armor, the strafe, jump speed. You also have a video where it shows up the ability. So it's actually really helpful in my opinion. If you don't have that much time to jump into a server or do something like that, everything is written in this this menu. Okay. So yeah, let's jump into a server. Let's put deathmatch. Let's go into ruins maybe. Okay. So, I was first of all, I want to say thank you for the support for the previous videos, because it has been a success for my channel, because considering I have just 1000 subscribers, having videos over 2000, it already shows that the community is still there and cares about the game. So I'm really thankful of that, and I just hope that you like the series, and that also the next series that is gonna start soon, where we gonna talk about something outside Quake. So diet, fitness, how your sleep can improve your gaming performance and all that stuff. I hope you will also follow that series, because I think the two things combined can make you just a stronger player overall, you know. So here we are in the server. Okay, so first thing,
round begins in.
to change a champion you need to press each on your keyboard. So first of all, you can go into this and press ESC and go into respawn and choose champion and weapon, and you will see all your champion. Okay, alright. So how do we classify champions? So we have three different categories. Okay, we have the light champions. Light because they have a really small starting stack and they are overall really small with the tiny hitbox, and they're just called light because they are overall smaller than other champions hitbox wise. They have a smaller stack, so they have smaller stack, but at the same time they can be a bit more tricky to hit. Okay, and in this category we have a champion like Nyx, a champion like Anarki, a champion like Slash, and a champion like ATHENA. So we have 4 light champions. Okay, 4, only 4. Okay, then the second category is the mediums. So you're already saying, okay, the lights were the lights, so the mediums are basically just a medium. That's how I explain it, because we have lights, mediums, and tanks and heavies. So the medium is just probably where you would like to play duels, where you will, in some occasion, where you want to start practicing with, because they are not too big, and at the same time they have a really good stack, you know. So if you are starting out, probably that's one of the champion you want to pick, medium champion. And in this category we have from Ranger, VISOR, Galena, BJ, Doom, STROGG, DK, Eisen. Okay, so it's wait, let me see again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 medium champions. Okay, so 8 medium champions, 4 lights, and then the rest is all heavies. And we have Scale, Clutch, SORLAG, and KEEL. So the heavies, again, If the light add small hitbox, the medium add medium hitbox. The heavies obviously are really easy to hit, but at the same time they have a lot of stack, so it just becomes tricky in choosing which champion is good for which map. And today I'm gonna try to explain all of that stuff to you. So let's start from the first champion. So let's start from Nyx, okay? So this is Nyx. As you can see, the starting stack, it's under 25. That's the same for every single light. And so yeah, let's talk already about the ability. So every single champion has a 45 seconds cooldown for the ability. So unless you pick up the hourglass, which if you haven't seen, you should go check out the other video, the previous video about items, where I explain all that stuff. And yeah, 45 seconds is the standard cooldown for every single ability in the game. So yeah, Nyx is a light champion, of course. It's a really powerful champion in my opinion. It's probably one of the best light champions out there. And you have basically an active ability and a passive ability in every champion, alright? So the active ability of Nyx is the Ghost Walk, which you can press by, you can use by pressing F on your keyboard, or then depends on your binds, okay? So when you press F, you go into this invis transition, and then you come back from the invis transition, from the Ghost Walk, and you are already, and you're again as a normal champion. So you go like, you become a ghost, and then you go back into normal. And this transition lasts for like 3 to 4 seconds. And it's really powerful. Why it's really powerful? Because when you go into this transition, there is just a little sound that your enemy can hear and a little effect. But for example, if your enemy is there and you kind of know where the enemy is and you press Ghost Walk, I will show you now. For example, let's just, like, you know the enemy is at Mega in this map. So if you press Ghost Walk there, like you start your jump, you press Ghost Walk, you are behind him and he doesn't know, okay? He doesn't know about it, and you can just attack him from behind, for example, okay? So that's the Ghost Walk. One thing to notice about the Ghost Walk, I'm gonna show you real quickly. Gonna pick up some time shards, hourglasses, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, one thing to know is that you can try it yourself if you want. When you go into Ghost Walk, before you can, when you finish your ability, when you go back into the normal state, you cannot like shoot for a few like milliseconds. So look, I'm pressing mouse 1, right? I go in this, I'm still holding mouse 1, and you see this delay. There is like 0.25 milliseconds delay before you can start shooting again. So just keep that in mind, okay? And the second thing about Nyx that is really powerful is the wall jump. So Doom can double jump, right? But Nyx can wall jump. So every time you're close to the wall, you press space and you press space again, she will wall jump. So space, 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 space. Alright? As simple as that, basically. So like if you're strafing, right? You go into this wall, you jump twice, jump, jump. You jump and jump again. Jump and jump again. You can do it like, for example, there. Jump and jump again. You can do things like this, for example, look. Jump twice. Jump twice. There. With other champions you couldn't do this stuff, for example. And you can do also tricky things like this, for example, like a cheeky rail shot over there. Okay? And stuff like this. So this is just, you need to experiment all this different stuff. Okay? I think it's a really great passive ability, which makes Nyx really viable for every single map. You can also experiment stuff like this. It's pretty easy to use, to be fair. So yeah, that's Nyx, basically. So, one thing to know about Nyx. If someone else is playing VISOR, so VISOR is this champion right there. VISOR, okay? So if VISOR is using, if you go invis, and VISOR is using his ability, which is probably like the wall lock or the piercing sight, So if you are doing this and he pushes the pierce inside button, he can see you through the ghost walk, okay? So just be careful about that. That's the only counter probably to Nick's ghost walk. Many years ago you could see her also with clutch shield, but now that's removed. So the only counter to ghost walk right now is visor pierce inside. All right. So yeah, that's it for Nyx. Let's switch over to Anarki. Again, starting stack is under 25-25. We already talked about the movement, and this champion has CPMA movement, so air jump, air control. Okay. So the thing about Anarki is that he has the ability that is called injection, and this injection makes you recover some HP or make you also overstack depending on your situation. So like right now I'm 100 HP. If I press F, I go to 150, and during this time also my circle jump, my air strafe jump, or whatever you want to call them, air movement, it's a bit faster during that injection. Okay. So you get faster, and you also gain HP. I'm gonna show you again, but I'm gonna put myself lower HP. Okay. So right now I have 39 HP. So if I push injection, I go to 89. All right. Okay. So it gives you 50 HP, and it can also over heal you, overstack you if you have 100 stack already. So why its Anarki can be really strong? If you are taking this heavy, for example, in dual maps, and you have injection, in the first fight you could dive potentially 150, cause you're gonna take the heavy, and then you're gonna inject also. I'm gonna show you. Okay. So let's say you have already full stack. So let's say you have full stack, right? Okay. So you're gonna pick up the heavy and inject at the same time. Look at your stack. It's like you have a pocket mega basically. So yeah, that's how you call it. Pocket mega. And that's basically it about Anarki. It's not about counters with Anarki. I think it can be tricky to play against a SORLAG on a small map. Just because SORLAG has the same movement and has like 3 times the stack of an Anarki. So that can be really, really tricky. One thing to know, when you are moving, your hoverboard, which is the thing you are above on your character, like you have an hoverboard behind you, like below you, it can make sound, so be careful about that. Unless you like stop completely. Okay. When you start walking, it makes sound, but if you stop. Okay? Yeah. That's it for Anarki. Let's go over Slash. Okay, so Slash... Slash clearly using slide. You can see how fast she can get. And the active ability of Slash is the trail. So the trail in some occasion can be really powerful, and in other can be a bit useless. Depends on the way you use her. So you can use the trail, which is this, like I will show you. So the trail is basically an ability that makes you go faster, okay? So you're already fast enough, right? But with the trail you can go even faster than that. But the same time the trail can make damage. So let's say you have the enemy there. You want to drop for the heavy, using the trail, and you cover the heavy like this, okay? And when you press F again, the trail is gonna explode. And depending if your enemy is like above, like he's walking on the trail, it will do, first of all, it will do damage per second. So if you're stepping into the trail, your enemy is gonna get damage. And if you make the trail explode with F while he's in that trail, it can make a lot of damage, okay? So it's good for 3 things. Gives you information that the enemy is over the trail, and it protects you. It protects the item because you are trailing around the item. in a good scenario, and then you can like it makes you also. You can also kill the enemy if you are if the trail is like if the stack is low enough, or you just use it for speed. Like you press F and you go like faster, okay, than average with slash. Okay. So remember, you control the way the trail works. So you press F to activate the trail, and when the trail is done, so when you finish the ability, if you press F again. Or if you delay it a bit, it's gonna explode whenever you want. It has like 4 seconds, like before it explodes on itself, like automatically, but you can control it from the 1st second to the 4 seconds. And that's it. So if you see the enemy ticking on the trail, you press F because the enemy is on the trail. So it's your best case scenario when you're gonna do a lot of damage to him. And that's slash. Let's go to the last champion. ATHENA, last light champion. So ATHENA, it's a really strong champion, especially on big maps where you can take advantage of the hooks. Okay. So what is an hook? So basically ATHENA has this ability. You can grapple. Okay. So let's say you grapple there. You see that? It's gonna make you go faster, and it's gonna make you grapple into like you can grapple into the floor, into the roof. Okay, so for example, there. Look how faster you can get. Then it becomes a bit tricky because you need to play a bit with ATHENA in order to experiment with the swings and stuff like that. But yeah, like you can do like stuff like this. You grapple there to get faster, and when you think like, for example, let's take this example. Like you want to go there. But you don't want to hit the wall. You press F again, and the grapple is gonna like broke up. So you just make in time it to drop over there. So let's take it. Let's do the same example. You grapple over there. You press F, so you drop down faster than just going up there and turn dropping down. Okay. And yeah, you can use 3 times. So the ability, you can also recharge with the hourglasses. And yeah, every time you pick, like it's gonna take like 9 hourglasses, I think, to recover all three hooks. So you can do like 1, 2, 3, and you're done. And then you need to pick like 3 hourglasses to get to 1 hook up again. Okay. And then one thing, like if you are, for example, if you are there and you aim there, if you press F and then you press F again, but you hold F, you're gonna swing. So like F, you hold F and you swing. Okay. Let's do it again. So you press F there, you press F again, you hold it, and then you swing. Okay. So this just requires practice. Okay. It's a bit tricky to do it first, but so you press F again, you leave F and you swing. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Can be really powerful, for example, to take higher positioning in a really low time. For example, you want to go there, and you are already there. That's it. Yeah. Oh, another thing about ATHENA is for sure the passive ability. Be careful about this, because it can backfire. So, for example, whenever there are stairs or surface like this, ATHENA makes a jump. I don't remember which Quake is that jump. It's a passive jump, basically. So whenever you're on the stairs, you will jump higher. So you just need to press space again, basically. So you're strafing, you press space, you hold space, and you go up there. Okay? And it just makes so many tricks you can do with this stuff. So like now I hit this surface, so I didn't do this jump. But if I do it correctly, I can go up there, or for example I can go like from there to there, like much faster. Okay, and so on. Every time you hear this sound. But you need to be careful, because if you don't want maybe to expose yourself, you won't want to jump like in this way, you know. You will try to avoid that to happen, okay? But yeah, it can make for some nice tricks. So that's the passive ability. Let's switch to another category. Oh, this video is gonna be really long. Let's switch to another category, which is the mediums now. Ranger, the champion you all have. Starting stack, it's under 2550, as we saw in the other video. So, Ranger is really good, cause it has two powerful abilities in my opinion. The passive and the active are really, really strong. So, what is the active ability? So the active ability is this one, which is called the orb. So the orb, you can use the orb in two different ways. You can teleport yourself, or you can use it as a burst damage. So the orb does damage if you hit your enemy and you press F again, it does damage. So I'm gonna try to explain you slower. So you have the orb, you want to go there, you press F, you throw the orb, you press F again, and you teleport, alright? That's it. That's how it works. As simple as that. You press F once where you want to throw the ability, the orb, and then you press F again to appear in that part of the map. But like, let's say for example, if your enemy is around there, and like you have a rocket, if you press F and you press it again like really quickly, like in really close range, you can deal like 100 damage. Okay, like a lot of damage. So let's say you enemy is walking like this. You are waiting there. You hit a rocket, it bounces him up. You press F again, and you do like you probably kill him. Like, or it's already enough to kill someone. So you can use it in two different ways: to teleport or to do damage. Okay, that's it. Oh, one thing to know: it also wait. I'm gonna show you. So this is the two ways you can use the orb. And for example, this is a funny way to use it. If you throw it on a teleport door, the orb is gonna stay on the TP. But if you press F again, you're gonna go through the TP. Okay, so it can be really, really. You can make some interesting plays. So again, recap. You can use it to teleport yourself. You can use it to do burst damage. That's it. And another thing is the passive. So, I didn't talk about it in the movement, and I don't know why I actually forgot about it completely. But in Quake there is a thing called rocket jumps, okay? So with the rocket, you can like go higher or like take positioning advantage. Like you take this wall, you press jump, and you fire the rocket, and you go far away. Again, press jump, okay? Like, for example, like in this map, it's a really good rocket jump to go from this surface up there to the mega, okay? So you jump and you hit a rocket on your feet. Okay? That's it. So why is Ranger so powerful with this thing? Ranger has a damage reduction, cause of course the rocket is gonna inflict your damage, cause you're fighting at yourself. So with Ranger, the damage is really low. There is a damage reduction. So look, I have 60. Okay, let's do something. Let's take full stack and let's compare it to another champion. So I have. Let's take to 100. Okay, just to show you, real quick. I fell up the strafe, so I'm gonna teleport. Okay, so let's do just a normal rocket jump, like the maximum damage you can get. I jump and press fire. Okay. I have 100. 9488. Now let's go over to another medium. Let's say VISOR, okay? So we take a rocket. Okay. We go take the light. Actually, we do some damage first. Oh no, let's just wait. So we go over there again. Remember 9488. Okay, that's was the damage. Remember 9488. Let's do it with VISOR. 8672. That's a lot of damage reduction. And with Ranger, you can really abuse the rocket jump a lot. Like you can rocket jump everywhere. And I think if you are that kind of player that likes to play aggressive and you want to do rocket jump and stuff like that, I think that the Ranger with the rocket is a really good combo. You can do a lot of nice stuff like this, and your damage will be really, really low. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So, let's go over to another champion now, which is gonna be VISOR. So the other champion, sorry, I had to stop the video 1 second. So the other champion is gonna be VISOR, okay? So VISOR, it's really, really strong. And first thing to notice is that VISOR's strafe jump speed. I will wait. Let me enable this and this. So I will let you notice something. In this map, it's actually hard to do so, but I'll try. So VISOR has, first of all, 320 base jump speed, and just the way he moves is a bit faster than the other champions, so it makes him go from place to place in a faster way. Okay, now I don't have any number at the end, like I don't know precisely, but it works like that. Okay, so, and that's actually VISOR passive. I don't know if it shows up there. Yeah, VISOR is agile and has superior strafe jumping skill, okay? So yeah, over there you could actually watch every single thing I was saying, but okay. So yeah, VISOR has this strafe jump speed capability to get faster than other champion. That's something that you need to care about. And secondary, most important thing is that VISOR has this ability called piercing sight. You remember we were talking about Nyx? So when you press F, it will scan a certain area. It will scan the map, and it will show where your opponent is for a few seconds. Okay. One thing to know: when VISOR is using the ability, there is a little sound that will pop up for the other user that is playing against you. But this thing has a range. Like if you're there and the other guy is on the other side of the map and you use your ability, he won't be able to hear you. But if you're there and the opponent is there and you press ability, he will hear you, okay? So that's it. It's just basically a wall lock install that makes you watch, makes you see your opponent through the wall for like 4 seconds or something like that. And with this ability, if Nyx is using the ghost walk, you can easily just use the piercing sight and track her. Okay, that's the effect. Okay, that's it. Let's go over to Galena. All right, so Galena, it's a tricky one. So first of all, let's read Galena. Galena can reduce the cooldown of her ability by collecting any health pickup. Okay? So, what do you mean? Do you remember the hourglasses, right? So let's see now we have 25 cooldown time. Let's wait to 20 and then I will pick up the mega. Yes. So every time you pick up a mega or HP bubble or whatever it is, it's gonna give you a boost like it will be an hourglass, okay? So let's inflict some self damage. I will show you again. And actually I will show you first of all this. So wait, let me do some damage. So I have 56 HP. The ability of Galena's ability is the totem. So the totem can heal you up. Like you throw the totem there, you walk through it, and you see that it healed you up for 50. Okay, 50. Because we were 56. It will be 46, but it was 50 at the end, okay? Because that's you cannot overstock yourself, okay? So yeah, but like for example, you have 67 HP. If you pick up this, remember we have 17 seconds. It's gonna give you 5% more. We pick up this, it's gonna give you another 5% on the ability respawn. So the mega is gonna give you 10. So if you pick up the mega, we have the ability again already up. But the HP bubble is gonna give you 5%. Just this to know. Okay, so I just cut the video real quick because the map time was done. So we were saying that the totem heals up for 50 HP. The mega gives 10% bonus to your ability cooldown, and the bubbles give you 5%. Okay, so that's already a really strong passive. For example, if you want to stack, okay, yeah, let's talk about stacking up totems first. So whenever you're able to do something like this, like you put a totem there, or whenever you want, I'm just spamming it a little bit. So we have 2 totems. You see this bar on the center of the screen that says we have 2 totems up. So let's take another 2. Let's do some self-damage so we wait a little bit less. So, see your HP. You're throwing the totem there, for example. Do you see the effect? When there is the fire, it means that you can overstack on your totems. So you walk close to them, you're overstacking. So you have a mega basically. Okay. So that's how it works. Let's do some damage. So whenever there is this area, like this range, where like the totems, I'm gonna try to show you better. Wait. So let's say we throw a totem there, again. This area around it means that you can overheal by it. But if the totem is like that, it means that you cannot overheal, okay? So let's walk through it. You see that the effect will disappear. This means you cannot overheal again, okay? So you need to have 3 totems in order to overheal. You can overheal from this, and now you cannot anymore. So that's a really good tactic. For example, let's say you want to overstack on this side of the map. Doing self-damage and getting like a lot of totems can be really, really strong. Because, for example, you have 2 times shards there. You put a totem down there. And then you start to do self-damage, okay? Like a bit. And you start to pick up HP bubble in order to get your ability up as soon as possible, okay? And then you overstack. So that's it. Let's say, for example, okay, let's do it again. Let's say we have wait. We have 12 HP, but we know we have 2 totems down there. We throw the totems. 122, 111, sorry, 112 HP. So it gave us 100. And if we go back to the other totem, it's still gonna be available. 152. So every totem gives you 50 HP, okay? 50 HP. So if you have already base stack of 100, it's gonna give you 175. Like it will be a mega. That's why when you're watching tournaments, it's called like pocket mega or something like that with the overheal. Really simple, I will say. BJ Blazkowicz. Alright, so everyone knows BJ from of course, everyone knows BJ. I mean, at the end of the day. So, BJ is the only champion in the game that can have 2 weapons at once. Because that's his ability. And it's called dual wield. I'm gonna show you. So, you press F. Okay. So, the gun gets mirrored, and you can shoot twice, like as fast example for the rockets or the shotgun. It's really powerful. I'm gonna try to show you with the super shotgun. Hold on. So the shotgun rate of fire is really strong. Look. Okay, really a lot of time, like 7 shots in a row of shotgun. One thing to notice is that the rate of fire with the LG is a bit nerfed, because in the past it used to be like you would have 2 LG at the same time and it was really powerful. So the LG rate of fire is a bit nerfed. So I would probably use it better for rockets or for shotgun. It can be also really good for the LG, but I never really use it for the LG, to be fair. Okay, mainly for the shotgun or the rockets. And yeah, that's the ability of BJ. Of course, it has 40 seconds the respawn time, the ability, cooldown, like every other champion. And now we go for the passive. What? Do you see my HP bar? I'll let you notice something, okay? So let's say this, okay? So there are 3 different layers: 25, 50, 75. Whenever BJ is like 1 HP, like for example, let's make the sample 4 HP, it's gonna heal up to 25. That's the first layer. Okay, so like you are 18, it's gonna heal up itself to 25. So let's say we have 50 HP, okay? So let's say you have 50 HP, you get damage, it's gonna heal up to 50, okay? Let's say you have instead like you have 60 or something, you have 61, it's gonna heal up you to 75, okay? And the last layer is from 75 to 100. So sorry, it's 4 layers. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second. So 25, 50, 75, 100. Whenever the number is below this, it's gonna heal up to that number. So 100, if you do damage, it's gonna heal up to 100. If the number is between 75 and 100. If you go below 75, it's gonna heal up to 75. If you go below 50, it's gonna heal up to 50. If you go below 25, it's gonna heal up you to 25. It can be really powerful, especially like when you're really low. You just wait on the corner 1 second and you heal up a bit. Okay? So yeah, that's it. That's BJ for you guys. Doom Slayer. Okay. Doom, you already recognize him by the double jump. So, when you press jump twice, you need to press it twice, you cannot hold it. Jump, 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 jump. So when you're strafing, you are jumping a lot higher than other champion with the strafe jump, okay? And, okay, I'm gonna show you. So let's say for example, so you cannot jump higher twice, like you cannot be mid-air and jump twice. You need to be on the ground again. So jump, 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 jump. Okay, that's it. So you can use it for different scenarios, to be fair. Like if you want to jump to another surface faster, for example, like Nyx before. Okay, like you cannot reach that, for example, like this. So you practice a little bit. And like you go up there and you're there, and then you do like this, like you stay mid-air a bit and then you press jump again, okay? You can do stuff like this faster and so on. So as long as you hit it only once, you can also do it mid-air, like you just need to press it once though. You cannot do like this. And then you're gonna stop because there is no surface below you. That's Doom passive, which is probably the best thing about him. Like the passive is stronger than the active, okay? And another thing is the ability. So the ability is the Berserk, and so the ability is a bit tricky because you can sometimes like get stuck in places, okay? And it's this one. So, like, this is your base speed, 310, okay? So, when you activate the ability, it's gonna let you speed up a lot, to 500. And it's gonna play this music. And you can throw punches. So, the punches have an auto aim lock to the opponent. So, whenever the opponent is close to you, it's gonna aim lock, basically, to him and do 75 damage. But, like, if, for example, the opponent is there, it's gonna like get stuck in the walls and so on. So it's barely used for damage. is mainly used to like escape. Like for example, you want to escape, or like if you're playing a really like heavy hourglass champion like Galena. Like Galena always want hourglasses, right? So if you are Doom, you just spam the ability in order to avoid the hourglasses, okay? And then you take the hourglasses away from her, okay? So it's tricky to play Doom sometimes, cause you never use your ability, so it's like you're giving away for free all the hourglasses on the map. So need to be careful about that. That's Doom. Okay, so it's mainly used to escape, okay? It's never used as an offensive attack, the ability. It's mainly used as escaping, for example. You saw him there, and you escape. You run faster. The strafe jump speed is gonna be the same, 500, so you won't gain any speed from strafe jumping, okay? So it's more of a panic ability, okay? And that's Doom. Let's jump over STROGG. Okay, STROGG. Sliding champion. Okay. So you slide like Slash, but like you don't have the fact that like if you jump from an higher surface, you gain more speed, like I show you in the movement. It's gonna be always the same. So you have an established time of sliding with him. Okay. So we have an active ability, which is the drone, the picker. So you are there. When you activate the drone, your character goes into an invisibility mode, but it's not fully invisible. Like it gets harder to see him, but there is also always an area around him, so you can spot STROGG. So you press F, and you have this drone. So you see this red circle ticking down. When the circle is going to an end, the drone will auto-destroy itself. And you can use it with your keyboard and mouse, like it will use another champion. And if you press mouse 1, you can shoot this like mashing and stuff. And if you're already in this mode and you press F again, it's going kamikaze mode. Okay? So if like I will show you also how you look actually. Oh no, I want to show how you look when you are in this mode. Hold on. So let's say you will use the drone, you will stand there like. So you use the drone around the map, you press F. This is what your opponents will see. So you're a bit invisible, but at the same time you can be seen, okay? So if you press F, it's gonna make his speed go faster, and like your opponent is camping there on tribal. If you hit him, it's gonna do 75 damage. Okay, that's the drone for you. And the passive ability is whenever you kill an opponent, it's gonna drop an HP bubble, and it's gonna give you overstock, or it's gonna just heal you up. So I don't have an opponent right now, but whenever you kill him, you're gonna see a red pillow drop from the opponent's body. And like if you have 100 right now, it will give you 125. If you have 75, it will give you 25 HP and go to 100, okay? So that's it for STROGG. Really easy to use. You just need to learn the sliding character, the sliding factor. So now we have Decay. So Decay has the melee outfire damage over time and is immune to fire damage. So Decay in this new patch, which if you haven't seen, there is a new patch in Quake and some champions have been buffed like Decay. So if you like Decay, I suggest you to download the patch and play Quake again, because there is also a new map called Deep Embrace. Maybe I'll do a video about that. And yeah, so this champion, first of all, has the coolest jump sound in all Quake, in my opinion. Just look, hear how cool it sounds when he's jumping. Okay, so the gauntlet, it's a fire gauntlet. So whenever you do damage with the gauntlet, it's gonna fire the enemy up. So it's gonna do damage over time. So we already know how hard it is for the gauntlet to do any damage, because it's a really tricky weapon. But if you manage to do damage, it's gonna give you damage over time. And then you have the Flame Strike, which is an ability. When you press F, it's gonna deliver these 3 bolts. And if the opponent jump over them, it's gonna give... It's like SORLAG acid speed, okay? It's gonna put the enemy on fire and do damage over time. But there is another thing to know about this Flame Strike, which is... If you press F first, and then you press F again quickly, the 3 fireballs are gonna turn into 1 and do more damage. So I'm gonna show you. You press F and you press F again real quick. You see how they went this way and then they went all there. So this is the way to do more damage. Okay? Also, you are immune to fire. So if you have another decay playing against another decay, if you jump over the fire, it won't deal you damage. Okay? So let's try again the Flame Strike. You press F once and then again. You saw it there, like clearly how it works. That's it. I don't want this video to be way too long, so I will try to push a bit. So yeah, let's talk about Eisen. Salvage, passive ability. Reduce ability time cooldown by 10% when collecting light armors and 20% when collecting heavy armor. You remember Galena? 5 HP, 5% when you pick up the bubbles on the cooldown, 10% when you pick up the mega. So, with Eisen, it works the same, but instead of picking up the HP, you need to pick up the armor with Eisen. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so you put the turret, which is your ability, 5%. Okay, you go it again, 5%. You go over to the heavy, and it's gonna give you 10% reduction cooldown. Okay, so the turret. Okay, wait. The turret is this thingy there. So the turret can block. Like if you are an opponent, you cannot walk through the turret like I'm doing right now. But instead, if it sees you around, it's gonna start to hit you, and it does 15 damage every hit. Like you can use it to block entrances. Like if you want to pick up heavy, you just drop it down there, and it's gonna wait for the opponent to drop and start the damage. It's really easy to kill. Like it's like 5 blasts of nail gun or 6, and just 2 rockets, or like a bit of shotgun, and it's already gone. But it can be tricky if your opponent is like doesn't have that many weapons. Okay, that's it. That's Eisen. Oh yeah, when the turret kills Clutch, you are gonna have a 20% cooldown reduction time. That's a really rare event, but it can work in some occasion, I guess. I don't know. Never experienced it, I think. So let's jump over the final category. Finally, the tanks, the heavies. Sorry. Let's start from Scalebearer or Skillbearer. So, as I already showed you in the first video, the movement, that if you're jumping and you hold forward, it's gonna go to a base speed of 500. So whenever you turn, the speed is gonna be always 500. Okay? How do you get there? You walk, you walk, you walk until it gets 500, or you just strafe jump and you stop by pressing forward. So you're strafing, you're strafing, you're strafing, you're strafing, then you stop, you hold forward, and you have the base speed. Okay, and that should be already right in there. Gradually gain speed by running forward without changing direction. Scalebearer 8 speed will cause him to damage enemies. Sorry. When he collides. So, if you're already like this, you have an enemy in front of you, you're gonna deal damage to him. Okay. So the higher the speed, the higher the damage will be. And then you have the Bull Rush, which is the Scalebearer's ability, which is this. So, when you are in that phase, when you are in that Bull Rush, you have damage reduction, like a protection. And if you are able to hit your enemy, it's gonna make him. You're gonna do a lot of damage, and you're gonna make him bounce a lot if he's like on the ground. Okay, I'm gonna show you again. All right, Bull Rush. Look, also your speed gets quicker, like up to 700 of speed. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's Scalebearer for you. Let's go over clutch. Yeah. Clutch. Okay. So clutch, I already explained you. Like Scalebearer has this gain speed by walking. But instead of going to 500, it goes to 450. And this influences the way the dash works. So if you have this phase speed and you jump with the dash, so you press jump and you press 2 times forward. Okay, let's do it together. Jump, forward 2 times. You see how it went to 800 speed. Look, 800. But if you go it from 350 only, it's gonna give you only like 700 speed. So you have like this, you have 700. Okay, 700. Right? And even if you like if you are strafe jumping, if you then hold forward, it's gonna get you back to 350. So it doesn't work like Scalebearer. So that's a clutch for you. That's called the dash. Okay. That's the dash. And the active ability is a shield that reduces the damage. So when you have the shield up, the enemy can still hit you, but you have some damage reduction, okay? So like the LG, instead of doing 6, does like 3. I don't actually remember the number correctly now, because I never play clutch. But it should be that way. Remember that you need to... The shield is like 180 degrees, so your back is not covered. So remember always, if the enemy is facing you right like there, you need to face him with the shield like in front of you. You cannot give him your back like this. And if you are using the shield and you're actually like also pressing F again, there's gonna be this mining drill, okay? So the mining drill is like a shaft. It does 10 damage every like tick, and it used to be more powerful in the past. Now it's like a bit more nerfed, and it's barely used, but it's like a junior version of the shaft, okay? And the only way to activate it is that like by first having the shield up, okay? So you have the shield up, you press F again, and you have the mining drill. That's it for clutch. Oh yeah, and yeah, you can also do the same. Instead of going forward, you can also go left, right, and backwards with the WSD on your keyboard. SORLAG, the second last champion. So SORLAG, like Anarki, as I showed you already in the movement video, has air control. Okay. Like this. Thing about SORLAG, if she walks into exit, like in Veil of Penat, she doesn't take damage by the exit. She doesn't take the damage by another SORLAG exit. The only time you can do damage to SORLAG with the exit is when you are spitting the first time, like, because the ability of SORLAG is the spit. So the spit works this way. So this is the spit. You press F. The first spit that comes down, like comes from her mouth, does damage to every single champion. This one. And when you walk over there, if you're another champion, you will get damage over time. So it will take the like detonate on, okay? But if you're SORLAG, that doesn't do damage to her. So that's it. And yeah. So it can be really great to like to like stop like someone from walking to a room. Like someone is pushing you and you spit like this. Okay? If he's walking, like if he's walking through that, if he's walking through that, if you have this option on, which is the show damage numbers, you have basically a piercing sight for free. Because if the enemy is jumping over there and you see 10, 10, 10, it means that he got like damaged by the speed, and you can see him jumping through the wall with that 10 ticking. So it can give you some extra information, okay? And that's SORLAG. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I want to stand still and die.
Okay. Perfect. Let's go over the last champion, which is KEEL. My voice is completely gone, so please leave a thumb like, because it's gonna be an hour video, 1 hour video, and I'm dead. So KEEL has the nades, which you press with F. So the nades can be really powerful. So you need like a lot of time charts to actually stack up every single nade. Okay, I'm gonna try to make full stack of the nades. So 1 nade. This is all the nades. You cannot like spam 5 nades in a row, but it needs to be like 1 nade after another. So let's say you have 2 nades. Hold on. Okay, you have 2 nades, right? You press fire, and then you fire again. Okay. It does self-damage, of course, so be careful about that. And another thing, like, if you're shooting with the shaft, if you press the nade, it's gonna stop your main weapon. So you cannot shoot these 2 weapons at the same time. You cannot shoot a rocket and a nade at the same time, okay? It's gonna stop the other one. So you're firing rockets, you fire a nade, okay? Oh yeah, the only thing that it can work if you're using the rocket, because the reload time of the rocket is actually really high. If you're firing a nade, it kind of works the same, but if you're like firing the shaft, it's gonna completely stop the shaft for for a second, okay? So that's it. So yeah, the splash damage with KEEL is reduced by 15%. So the splash damage of a rocket does less damage to KEEL. And yeah, when you collect ammo box, I was forgetting about this actually. When you collect ammo box, it's gonna give you 5%, like you are firing every night. 37 seconds. If you go pick up an ammo box, for example, there should be one around there. Yeah, there. It's gonna give you 5%, like Galena HP bubble. You remember? Yeah. So yeah, we have done it. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. Imagine if I have no sound through the whole video and I need to record it again. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this really long video. I'm sorry, but with the timestamps you're gonna be able to jump into every champion real quickly. I'm gonna put that in the description. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and give me a thumb like and subscribe to the channel please if you like the content, and comment down below if you want more videos, okay? So I give you everyone much love, a big hug, and remember, on Sunday, Quake Pro League from 4 PM CST, European time. All the best players in the world fighting against each other. I'm gonna play against Cooler, so it's gonna be a nice match to watch, and see you next time, guys. Bye bye.